Hello, church. So today is Wednesday, September 10th. It looks like I did not put Tuesday, September 9th, and kept it as Monday. So I'm hoping that didn't goof anybody up on the videos. Little bit of a public service announcement. So first, let me say, so I just got my teeth cleaned. Our family has all gone to Red Hill Dental, and I'm a weird person in that I enjoy getting my teeth cleaned and find it very relaxing, oddly enough. But the public service thing, and I realized as I was getting ready for this video, having done men's health and breast cancer awareness over the years, one of the things I don't think I have ever talked about is dental health, and it is critical. I remember hearing that in the animal kingdom, or for animals living in the wild, it is very often dental issues that will result in their decline and eventual death. And it makes sense. Your mouth hurts, they have something going on, abscess, whatever. You can't eat, you don't feel good, and then it just kind of repeats that cycle. So taking care of your mouth is a good thing. I am very grateful as pastor of this church to have dental coverage as a part of my health insurance. So thank you, Palm Schwenkfelder Church. But if you are without insurance and in need of some dental work, or if you haven't done it for a while, Red Hill Dental does this thing called Smiles from the Heart. It's coming up on September 27th. It starts at 7 a.m. It's a first come, first serve. You have to be 18 or over, and you can get either a cleaning, a filling, or an extraction done that day for free. It's a neat program that they have been running for a good amount of time. They do get some pretty big crowds, so if it's something you are considering doing, I would get there as close to 7 as you can. And they might even have people who start lining up before then. But they try to get everybody in who shows up, and raise that for your concern and your continued dental health. James Mays messed up my plans because I was going to be doing Psalm 103 in two parts, and he's just got too much good stuff in his commentary not to do it. So we're going to do the second half of Psalm 103 today, and then for our next time together, we're going to read Psalm 103 in its entirety and finish off his conclusion. We'll start with our NRSV. As a father has compassion for his children, so the Lord has compassion for those who fear him. For he knows how we are made. He remembers that we are dust. As for mortals, their days are like grass. They flourish like a flower of the field, for the wind passes over it and it is gone, and its place knows it no more. But the steadfast love of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, on his righteousness to children's, and his righteousness to children's children, to those who keep his covenant and remember to do his commandments. The Lord has established his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom rules over all. Bless the Lord, O you his angels, you mighty ones who do his bidding, obedient to his spoken word. Bless the Lord, all his host, his ministers that do his will. Bless the Lord, all his works, and all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul. So you hopefully caught the steadfast love, and we've talked about Hesed. James Mays does a neat part on that specific, not just to Psalm 103, but to a few Psalms, and it's a kind of a little unique. Steadfast love, Hesed, is of course the attribute and activity of the Lord celebrated in the Psalms as the Lord's essential goodness beyond all others. Steadfast love is both character and act. One can attempt to define it as helpfulness toward those with whom one stands in relationship. To do Hesed is to do the best in and make the best of a relationship. That is why, in a theology that thinks of God's way with human beings in terms of creation, election, promise, and covenant, Hesed is immensely important. The Lord's steadfast love, says the psalm, is so abounding that it fills all time and space. It is great as the heavens are high above the earth. It is lasting as everlasting last. That's a good line, James Mays. It is as great as the heavens are high above the earth. It is lasting as everlasting last. The attribute usually paired with steadfast love in the Psalms is faithfulness. But in Exodus 34:6 and in some other Psalms, as here, the complementary term is compassion, which occurs in the Psalm as noun, adjective, and verb. And notices the Hebrew root, which is RHM. I'm not positive how to pronounce it. In secular usage, the term refers to the attitude and conduct of one who restrains anger and acts kindly. In the Psalms, the compassion of the Lord, often in association with steadfast love, Hesed, appears in contexts that involve human sin and divine anger and the resolution of God's forgiveness. The comparison that is used here to elucidate compassion, to bring forth compassion, is that of a father's way with children. A parent's anger at a child's failures occurs but does not last or prevail. Compassion is a caring that prevails over anger. As a complement to steadfast love, compassion emphasizes and heightens the dominant inclination to forgiveness in the face of sin that belongs to God's abounding, steadfast love. Woo! Good job, James Mays. Intriguingly, in terms of Christian spirituality, and what we are really looking for as an outgrowth of our life of prayer and indwelling of the Holy Spirit is compassion. And his reference to compassion being used as a noun, an adjective, and a verb is phenomenal stuff. Folks, we could do with a heck of a lot more compassion, both in our lives, in our world, and in our community. Peterson. As parents feel for their children, God feels for those who fear him. He knows us inside and out, keeps in mind that we're made of mud. Men and women don't live very long. Like wildflowers, they spring up and blossom, but a storm snuffs them out just as quickly, leaving nothing to show they were here. God's love, though, is ever and always, eternally present to all who fear him, making everything right for them and their children as they follow his covenant ways and remember to do whatever he said. God has set his throne in heaven. He rules over us all. He's the king. So bless God, you angels, ready and able to fly at his bidding, quick to hear and do what he says. Bless God, all you armies of angels, alert to respond to whatever he wills. Bless God, all creatures, wherever you are, everything and everyone made by God, and you, oh my soul, bless God. Good stuff. So we'll finish up with James Mays tomorrow with the entirety of Psalm 103. And thanks for letting me get into some stuff. Have a great day. We'll see everybody later.